Okay, this morning we're going to do a couple quick projects on the slot tool. Our first one, we're going to use the cylinder tool, which we haven't used before. The cylinder tool is just a consolidation of steps. It lets us create a cylinder in one step where we'll define the diameter, the plane first, the diameter of it, and how high we'll extrude it in one step. If you look down at the timeline, you'll see the cylinder icon here, so you don't have a sketch and an extrude. We're then going to sketch on a construction plane. We're going to create a tangent plane. We haven't done construction planes yet. So we're going to create a construction plane on the side that's tangent to our design here. And we'll create a slot on it, and then we will cut it through the face or through the design, creating this opening. Okay, that slot will be a overall slot. It'll be, while this is 200 millimeters tall, the slot will be 160 millimeters tall, and then we'll position the slot. All right, let's get started. The other project, before I get started, we're going to create this design. Once again, we'll be using a tangent plane. We will create a slot again. We will angle it at a 45-degree angle to the base. And we will then use the emboss tool to apply it to our shape and cut out the, there we go, cut out the slot in this nice odd slot type angle there. Yeah. All right. First project. Let's go create cylinder. Just like if we were doing a sketch, what plane are we going to start on? We're going to do the top bottom plane and extrude it up. Let's click on the origin, define our diameter, 120 millimeters. All right, enter. We're going to extrude 200 millimeters. Enter, fit, and we have our cylinder completed in one step. So we want to create the cutout on the side. So we need to be able to sketch our slot. To do that, I'm going to create a tangent plane, construction plane. So under construct, tangent plane. I'm going to select this face to create a tangent plane. Click on it. And there you see a plane that's being created that's tangent to our shape. I'm going to click OK. There's our plane. Now I'm going to go create sketch. And instead of selecting a face or one of our normal planes, I'm going to select my tangent plane to sketch on. And there we are. Let's go create slot, overall slot. And we're just going to click anywhere. Actually, let's undo, escape. Let's turn on construction first, and I want to draw a construction line down the center of my design. So on the y-axis, up here at the top, click. Let's come straight down our design, click, and I've got a construction line right there in the middle of my design. All right, let's turn off construction. Now let's draw our slot, create slot, overall slot. I got my projects confused. I didn't need the construction line. Disregard that construction line. That's on the next project. I was like, okay, so the overall slot, we're going to go from endpoint to endpoint. So I'm going to click here, draw straight up. We want it to be 160 millimeters. Click, come out wide, 20 millimeters wide, enter. And I would have sworn I turned off construction. Let's hide that body. I did not turn off construction apparently. So I need to toggle my slot lines by I'm selecting them, hitting X on the keyboard to toggle them. Let's bring the body back so we can see, there it is. Now, I want my slot. My slot's 160 millimeters tall. I want my slot to be centered on my design. I want it to be 20 millimeters from the top or bottom edge. 200 minus 160 leaves me 40. Equal distance on either side would be 20. So let's go Sketch Dimension tool. I have that selected. Let's click over here, Sketch Dimension tool. Top edge, this point there on the top. Let's make it 20 millimeters. All right, escape, finish sketch. All right, so now I must have toggled the construction line to be, so let's go back in and edit, sketch, select my construction line, and let's just delete it. Hit the delete key. There we are. Finish sketch. Back to the home position. There I have my shape enclosed. One shape. Let's extrude. This has been messy, hasn't it? Drag it back through. Click OK. And now I've cut my slot through my design. Well, yes, it was messy, but it does show that you can be imperfect in what you're doing and go back and fix it on the fly as you're rolling along. Okay, let's do another fresh canvas. And we're going to create this design now. Okay, from the home position there. We're going to create our sketch. It's going to be on the front back plane. We're going to extrude it back. Okay, our sketch is going to be on the origin. Notice here, there's our origin. We're going to extrude in a symmetrical direction. Okay, it's 150 millimeters in total. We're going to define it as the total length. And then we will create our tangent plane again and emboss the slot onto the face. So let's go create sketch, front back plane. So that's the XZ. Let's create a center diameter circle from the origin of 75 millimeters in diameter. Enter. Okay. Let's finish sketch. Let's extrude. Now, I want my direction to be symmetric. So I want it to go both directions. Measurement. I can define half length. Let's go ahead and define the whole length. So I'm going to change my definition here of the measurement from half length to whole length. Let's set our length to be 150, not 1500, 150 millimeters. So notice it's going a total distance of 150 millimeters, but it's going in both directions, so that means 75 millimeters in either direction. New body's good. Let's click OK. All right. Now, just to make this a little easier, I'm going to change my display settings. The camera perspective with ortho face is what I want. All right. We're at the home position. Let's go create tangent, not create, construct tangent plane. We're going to create another tangent plane. I want this surface. All right. So I've got a tangent plane on my cylinder. Click OK. Let's create a sketch. Let's select our tangent plane again. All right, there we are. Now, this is the project I want a construction line running up and down the center, because I'm going to set when I do a center to center slot, I want that center line of the slot to be at a 45-degree angle to my vertical construction line. So I'm going to turn on construction. There's my line tool on the y-axis. All right, click. I'm going to come straight down the y-axis. There we go. Escape. There's my construction line. All right, I'm going to go create slot, and we'll do a center to center slot. I'm going to draw my first point. Oh, let's just put it right down in this area here. And I'm going to go up. This ought to be, that should work. Not exact. And let's set it to be 20 millimeters of width. And do I have construction on again? I most certainly do. Let's turn off construction. Let's convert, toggle our lines using X key. So I've selected the side there, hit X, it toggles it to a normal line. Let's do it for all four elements of my slot. And there it is. Now I have an enclosed shape. Now there's a couple things I want to do here. I want this edge to be 15 millimeters from here. So let's go Sketch Dimension tool. Let's select the bottom corner here of my design. And this edge here, let's set it to be 15 millimeters. Okay, and now I want to create a relationship where this line and my center line have a 45-degree angle. So there and there. Let's make it 45 degrees and enter. All right. That's about all the positioning I want to do with that. So now I'm going to finish sketch. And there's my design. Okay. My enclosed shape. I'm going to go create emboss. There it is, emboss. My profile is selected that I'm going to emboss. Apply it to the cylinder. So the face I want to emboss to is here. All right, and we're going to go -2 millimeters. Good, -2. Mine came up as negative. Normally it comes up as positive. That's all right. Let's click OK. So now it's kind of swirled that shape on there, hadn't it? It's applied it to my cylinder. So took it from the flat construction plane to my cylinder. All right. Now, I want that to cut through. I don't want it to be a just groove like that. Let's go back to our original extrusion and edit feature. And instead of being a extrude, we're going to go to a thin extrude. Okay, this is a new technique that we're seeing here. Let's change this to a thin extrude. Now I can set a wall thickness. Let's set it to 1.5 since our cutout was 2 millimeters. -2. Click OK. So what it did is kind of like a slot. All right, by going to a thin extrude. And there we are. Click OK.